Attorney General Barr gave a speech to the National Sheriff's Association in which he made some very firm announcements about how the Trump administration was going to move forward dealing with sanctuary cities. Of course, a lot of outcry from the left complaining about this is racist, unfair, intolerant, bigoted, all the things they usually say. I want to tell you exactly what specifically Attorney General Barr said they're going to do. To start with, this was the National Sheriff's Association. So these are people on the ground who are making decisions with respect to individuals in custody who may have been identified by ICE as people that ICE is considering or would like to investigate, question, and perhaps move toward deportation. So, to start with, what Attorney General Barr explained at this great meeting, by the way, I put a link on our website to the entire speech. If you go to americacanwetalk.org, on the homepage, under shows, drop down list of links is a link to the speech. I urge you to read it yourself. I actually have the document saved, or you can go and listen to the speech and what he had to say. First point he made is this effort with respect to the Department of Justice cracking down on sanctuary cities is not the rounding up of people who may be here illegally but have committed no crime, who are, other than entering America illegally, are not committing crime. So it is targeted at people who are in America illegally and also have committed a crime and also have been brought to the attention of local law enforcement in some way. He made a great point that over the decades, historically, Republicans and Democrats in Washington, presidents and the congressional majority have worked together to try to deal with the problem of illegal immigration, the problems of deportation, making policy about how to deal with people who enter America illegally. It is only within recent years that the Democrat Party seems to have abandoned any effort to deal with immigration and illegal aliens in America in a serious way. Only a relatively recent effort in American history to have sanctuary cities evolve as a norm, as a proud talking point among leftists. So I will tell you what he had to say. He's start out by saying concrete steps to combat the dangerous and unlawful practice of sanctuary cities. Before I tell you what he decided, two quick examples he gave of the danger of sanctuary cities not complying with demands for detainer by ICE. One was in November of this past year, ICE filed a detainer for an illegal alien who was arrested for assaulting his own father. So this is an illegal alien, no right to be here, no legal right to be here, assaulted his father, gets arrested, but the local police in New York City that had the alien in custody ignored the detainer that was issued by ICE. So the alien was released onto the streets, and last month, so this speech being just recently, so last month, January, a few weeks ago, this same illegal alien who could have been turned over to ICE, then allegedly raped and killed 92-year-old Maria Fuentes, a resident in her Queens neighborhood. She would be here today if the New York City police decided to comply with ICE detainer orders. Second example he gave, in October 2017, Department of Homeland Security identified a convicted criminal alien with 4 prior removals who was then at a city jail in Washington State. So DHS, Department of Homeland Security, filed a detainer. Subsequently, the alien fought with jail staff, was taken to a local medical center, and after receiving treatment, then was released by the medical facility instead of turned over to DHS. That individual, January 2018, was arrested and booked for the murdering and dismembering his own cousin. And these are just tip of the iceberg, few stories. We talk about them periodically, but these happen in America where there was a potential on the part of jurisdictions around this country to turn illegal aliens over to, in response to a detainer order by ICE, to turn them over and begin the deportation process, but somehow it's become noble and virtuous, if you're a leftist, to stand up for the rights of illegal aliens, even criminal illegal aliens, to stay in America. So here are what these steps are that the Attorney General announced are going to do. They have filed in 5 or 6 cases, they have filed they're not the mover in the lawsuit, but they filed motions or amicus briefs or some other way entering into battles that are going on already in federal courts that are designed to fight against the sanctuary city conduct. So number one, further actions they announced. The department, meaning the Department of Justice, is filing a complaint against the state of New Jersey seeking declaratory and injunctive relief against its laws that forbid state and local law enforcement from sharing vital information about criminal aliens with the Department of Homeland Security. Declaratory relief just means you're asking a judge to make a declaration, a statement. This is my judge. This is my finding. I'm the judge. I find this is what I have to say. And injunctive relief means they're asking the court to issue an injunction to say, you can't keep on doing this. To be clear, this is the state of New Jersey. The entire state has said that they forbid state and local law enforcement from sharing information about illegal aliens who've committed crimes who are in custody in some way, prohibited them from sharing information with the Department of Homeland Security. Second one, they filed a complaint seeking declaratory and injunctive relief, same two kinds of relief, against King County, Washington, which is where Seattle is located. And you got to get this. Seattle has in place a policy that forbids the Department of Homeland Security to use the airport. So if they want to come in to pick up an illegal alien, to move that person toward deportation, or they want to come in and then to begin an investigation with some illegal alien who's in custody, this is the city, trying to find ways around the following federal law. And so one thing they are just trying at every way they can to trip up the enforcement of federal immigration law is to say ICE can't even use the airport. So in closing, I do encourage you to listen to this speech by Attorney General Barr, really quite forceful. He closed with something I want to share with you. Today, this is Attorney General Barr's words, is a significant escalation in the federal government's efforts to confront the resistance of sanctuary cities. By no means do the efforts outlined above signify the culmination of our fight to ensure the rule of law, to defend the Constitution, and to keep Americans safe. And on that note, during his remarks, Attorney General Barr did make very clear, did a brief little summary of the basic notion we talked about in this show many times, that there is no other jurisdiction in America that has the right to make immigration law. Immigration law is a federal issue. The power to make immigration law resides in Congress. The power of the president, as we've talked about many times in this show, he has the power to issue executive orders relating to national security, relating to who gets in and visas. These are clearly federal powers. They cannot reside in the 50 states. They can't reside in the countless counties or city jurisdictions. It's a federal law issue. And what he's really talking about, Attorney General Barr at his core, he's saying we're going to reassert the idea that the country of America exists, that we have one set of laws related to immigration, and everyone in this country has to follow it. And that, my friends, is today's First Five.